So if you want a high quality build, we build a fucking good boat. Solid as, put it through anything. The construction, it's really something special. We're aboard the Fury Smuggler, the 660. There's a bit of conjecture about the dead rise. It is 30 degrees, not 26, not 27, not 28, but 30. Yeah, I've measured it, so it's there. This boat's really going to suit everyone, right down to the diver. Somebody who wants a boat that you can get home quick, comfortably. It's a high performance boat, it just goes. Yeah, so long story short, we ended up getting the moulds and we've completely made all new hull mould, deck mould, and now we're in full production. Why? We just wanted to broaden our horizon a little bit. We wanted to get into that smaller boat because we were always doing the 28s, CC, DC. We just wanted to get a 21, something a little bit smaller, just to really cater for that, you know, trailer boat market. Yeah, it's pretty good to be a part of this boating history. And so Dave Mortimer is the original builder and designer of the Smuggler hull. Keith Smith has then taken it over. So Keith started in the mid-70s and he was building them right up until early 2000s, I believe. So the business moved from New Zealand to Australia in the early 80s. So in the mid-80s, Keith adapted the boat for outboard version and also incorporated the floating keel. And that's when it really came to life. So Keith was a boat builder and a boat racer, and he's taken the boat to the next level, also incorporating the pleasure side of it as well. Well, the moulds were in a pretty bad state, the original moulds, which I still have the whole mould at the factory. This is the original Smuggler mould. These are set up so that they can do stripes, basically. So they can mask it. These are the old windows which have been blanked off. The later models, they got rid of those because the deck configuration was different. So she's a 30-degree constant dead rise, all the way from the bow to the transom. She's also wider at midship than the transom, but it just wasn't up to production standards. So we ended up pulling a boat out of the mould, refairing it, taking a new mould off the hull. This is the last hull to come out of the old mould. We've actually refaired this boat and taken a new mould from this hull. We've also simplified the build process as well. So originally it had two-part deck, floor and hull and side deck. So we've built them into one, which really speeds up the build process. The deck is a composite construction, so all the floor and the foredeck is all 12mm foam cores. So this is the floor area. We've also stuck the wiring conduit, PVC conduits through here so we can run all the wiring through all the way to the bow for the anchor winch. We've just finished laying up one of the subframes. So Jim's just completed all the layup on this. The design of this hasn't really changed at all. It was such a good design, so we've left it the way it was from original. And as you can see, there's actually no weak points. So you see a cross frame here, they're all staggered. So you've got a straight edge here, which makes it really quite strong. So the stringer system that you viewed before, this is what it looks like, glassed into the hull. So this is the first 660 to come out of the new mould. So we've got all the subframe all glassed in, and we've just poured all the foam into the stringers, and any cavities we fill full of foam. So as you can see, we use no plywood at all in the construction of these boats. And as you've seen with the framework, this is the finished product. So yeah, we've stuck with the floating keel. Originally we put the boat in the water without it, just to see what it was like. We ended up putting the floating keel in after the first sea trial, and it works extremely well. Drains within seconds, and it's roughly around about 240 litres floating keel. So I really don't like doing boring stuff. I really like to push myself to come up with new ideas. With the dash and the windscreen, they're all split moulded. But we detail and fare all the interior, and we blend it all into the boat as well. So it's all seamless. I got the finish that I want, and I'm really proud of what I've done with this setup. With the awning, I've had that custom designed. It's all powder coated. It's made in 3 stages, so it all bolts together. And I wanted something that was really firm, didn't move around, and this just does not move. It's solid as a rock. Originally, we had a transom mount transducer, and we couldn't get a clear reading on it, so I had to really think outside the box. So I've developed a wing with the 1 kilowatt tilted element transducer to go into that wing, and we can get a really high speed with that wing setup. It also, you can also put dual frequency transducers, makes it very easy to do. It got the boat on the plane easier. That little bit extra length on the back of the boat helped the boat plane and help ease the steering. So I really wanted that wow factor with the dash. I've incorporated 3 Evo 3 9-inch screens on it. You can put 2 12s in there if you needed to, but I also put the 9 on the other side, which is great for the crew. They've got their own little toy and they can fiddle around on that. It gives them something to do. But I really wanted to go for a dash that was sort of looked like an aeroplane sort of setup. So yeah. Simrad, user friendly, great customer service. Any issues, which we don't really get, but they're great units. I love fitting them in, and it goes well with the black dash. I like to do the black gel coated dash, and it just really works with me. So I've fitted this one with the 250 V8 Mercury. I get a maximum speed of, I've had it up to 47 knots. So yeah, she gets up and goes, gets out of the hole really well. It doesn't have the V8 rumble sort of setup, but yeah, really love the Mercury motors. I've also stuck a 30-inch engine on it. I like to keep the power heads high as I possibly can. The transom does measure 30.5 inches, so but I've still got it up on the top hole, and the performance is really good with it. You just don't realise how fast you're going. You look at the speeds of what you come home in, and it's just, you know, I've done a Roto run, you know, 13.5 minutes from Rottnest back to Northport. We were coming over here doing 29 knots, and it was a pretty heavy sea breeze. So you can really maintain those high speeds to get home quick. Fuel tank, all 316 stainless steel, 2.5 mil. It's built solid, 300 litres. We also carry roughly around about 46 litres of water. So yesterday we dropped some pots in. It was a bit of a hit and miss ratio actually. So yeah, we managed to get 13 crays. So it was a really good day. So I've made and designed my own little pot hauler, which I think suits the Fury Smuggler quite well, and it really works a treat. I'll put a lot of matting down to protect the boat, because a lot of people think it's a little bit too flashy to be doing pots, but if you protect it, yeah, it's all fine. So as you step into the boat, it's really got a good freeboard to the boat as well, which is quite safe. So the options are, you can have open lockers. We've got a moulding that goes in there, so you can just have a basic shelf set up. You can have foot recesses under the side cockpit, in the side cockpit, so you can tuck your feet under if you wanted to. With the kill tank, that also floods, so we can also drain that out while you're going along, open the bung, all the water goes out from the kill tank, so you can flush all the blood and guts out. We basically have a holding area for the build system for the deck to go into, so it's not a self-draining cockpit as well. So we've also built in a transom door, which it never had in the originals. It's got a nice little marlin board platform set up as well. I've also incorporated a live bait tank with an open screen, so you can check out all the crayfish and everything. I'll also have a folding bait board, so you can get better access into the live bait well. So I've got the IcyTech split lid. I've also made my own cushion setup as well, with a hard base cushion. Also get the relaxing seats recovered, because they don't come in this colour, so I didn't really like the white and they mark too easy, so I decided to get them recovered. So with the cabin, I didn't want to do anything boring as well. I've done some Tasmanian oak lacquered, veneered lockers, and I've also done the carpet and all that setup. So yeah, everything's, yeah, I didn't want to do anything boring in there. No fleck, no flow coat, all done nice and neat. As you see, this one's pretty much high spec. So they're roughly around the 235 mark, as you see here, with trailer and everything. Weight with trailer is 2545 with fuel. It's really something special. We use all the good quality materials in it. Vinyl ester skin, all the major components of vinyl ester skinned. We use all Ornex resins and gel coats, which are all Aussie mixed and everything as well. So we're right into the Aussie stuff as well, as much as we possibly can. But we can spend 2 to 3 months putting one of the smugglers together, depending on the fit out of what you want. If you want it all detailed and all the interior windscreen set up, all faired, that does take time and that does cost extra money as well to be able to do that. But you can have a basic model, basic setup to really get the cost down.